It says go. You're muted, Tez, because you always mute yourself and then you try to talk, but you're muted.
I know that I'm muted, but we are live.
Oh.
We are good to go. We kinda good to go. See, look, you got me up here messing stuff up. Let me fix this real quick.
Whoa.
Yeah, see, I gotta fix some stuff.
Yeah, you might want to move it to the left a little bit.
Miliana, little mama.
That's what I'm trying to do, dog. I'm trying to fix it. It was working. There we go.
You about to go for a second. We're gonna do our intros. You're gonna say hi, and then you gonna leave. Okay, you just
there we go. He's not having it. How we looking now, y'all?
Is it?
Yeah.
There it is. Good job, Tez.
Yep. I still feel like I can move it a little bit more because there's some people.
Nah, don't touch it.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Yeah. Now we straight.
All right.
Bird.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what it do? Welcome to episode 3 of the Elite Casual Podcast brought to you by Never Game Alone. Today we are here with myself, Mars, one of the hosts, and we are joined by our other co-hosts today, Tesmo Gizmo.
Yep, and then we got the new booty, the little youngin on the squad.
Oh!
Number, aka Crystal B. Let me know what's good, man.
Hold on, though. I ain't no new booty though. I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
So, new booty, he said.
New booty, and then we got my big brother. Got my big brother down in the bottom left, right, however you looking at it. Sheed, say what's up to the folks, man.
I was good, man. I was good.
Doing tonight. Not everybody talk at once.
How's Mars doing? How's Mars doing today? We're gonna start off with Mars first because we always get forgot. How you doing today, Mars?
Third time's the charm.
I'm doing all right. I can't complain. If you don't mind the Home Depot boxes behind us, we just moved, so I'm at my new spot. I'm joined by my baby girl, little Miliana. Okay, all right, Millie, that's enough for you. All right. Yeah, I'm all right though. I'm doing good. How's everybody else doing?
Doing good, man.
I'm doing great, man. It's a pretty good day.
I can't complain, living. That's about it.
I was so melancholy. No, I'm living. That's good. That's about it.
I'm a chill.
You gonna put that on your resume?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is on my resume. I'm just living. Please give me a job.
You don't got like you're a Pokemon master or something like that. You don't got nothing there.
I don't put that down there. They don't need to know I made money.
As you guys can see, today's topics, we got a pretty good show today. For the anime, we talking about Cannon Buster, Demon Slayer, Dr.stone, right. Black Clover, and on the TV side / movies, we're gonna be talking about The Boys. Hopefully, everybody's watched it, and also some news that happened just before we came live with Sony and Disney.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spiderman. We'll talk more about that when we get to there. Then gaming, we got there's a lot of stuff to talk about gaming.
Yes.
So that list that you see is just some of the stuff.
It's just what would fit, honestly.
Right, because Gamescom is this week, so there's a lot of games that has been revealed and been talked about. So we'll get into all that good stuff. Oh, you say hi to the people, Katie?
Hi.
Okay. The camera's right there.
Hey, Katie.
But yeah. So yeah, that's it for that's a lot of the stuff for the show today. So let's just get right into it. Let's just talk about. I guess we'll talk about the anime, right? Cannon Buster. It's a black anime, right? That came. The dude's name Tez. I think you know a lot more about it. It's on Netflix right now.
I barely know most of the background on it. All I know is I didn't really dig too deep in it. I was just happy to see something that had us on the screen, all 4 of us here, that ethnic diversity you don't usually get to see a lot of times when you watch anime. Or you can't really tell what manga is. Just they're either gonna do the lips really big or the nose might be stupidly wide or the texture of hair.
Right, but this anime, this one was created by a black guy.
Correct.
LaShawn, that was his name?
LaShawn Thomas.
See, look,
LaShawn
number know way more than me about this one. Go ahead, number.
Okay, well, I've been reading. He's been making comics about it for a while. He's been making Cannon Buster comics. He's been making a lot of art. I've been following him since I found him on Tumblr, and he's been making a lot of stuff about it. He's been making a lot of black anime, and he's been into anime a lot. So to see his anime coming to fruition, to see his goals come about, it's really amazing that he was able to create something like this that has the correct representation of us, and it's amazing to watch. I haven't seen the last episode yet because I was saving it because my dad had watched it with me and he got hooked. So it's like that says something when my dad doesn't even watch anime and he got hooked to it.
So that's what's fire. A lot of the comments I saw about the show were that people thought the story was kind of they loved, it was like the whole hype of, oh, it's us on the screen, it's us in the animation. It's like, yeah, but the story wasn't too bad. I mean, it still gave me the Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star, Trigun kind of feels with a little splash of Gundam in that thing. Cause Bessie, I was like, I'm not gonna even say Gundam. It was more like Mega Sex LR, because that's exactly what Bessie reminded me of. The two guys who had the car. She was like a Mega Deuce. She was damn near like a Mega Deuce for real. But I enjoyed it. I still got the last episode to see too, where people said the story was kind of meh. I thought it was just a decent amount of backstory for everything because they got a second season. So I'm like, it can't be that bad. It's really not that bad. You just diving too deep into it. Like, take it for what it is at face value. Enjoy it. Is it gonna be the most hard hitting story? It can be, but it still has to be flushed out that way. Like, you going off of something that doesn't have such a longevity like most other shows come with, or it's not set in a real super pseudo fantasy world. It's a fantasy world, but not like you breathing fire, ninjutsu. What else we got? Shooting energy life force out your hands.
Right.
Yeah. So I think this people just need to take it for face value and enjoy the show for what it is.
Well, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I watched it at work, and I probably got to like episode 5, and like I'm liking it so far, but I'm just trying to figure out what happens when he reached like 100 kills or something like that. Like, dude, body full of tattoos and stuff, and like I know I just enjoy it right now. Like, I ain't even nowhere close to the end, but I can't wait to get there.
For me, because I only watched the first episode, and like I can already see for the story, because a lot of anime, especially like the newer anime, if that first episode doesn't catch you, like story-wise, or like even some crazy event or something happening, then like I honestly don't want to keep watching it. Like I'll give it a couple of more episodes, but every anime that I watch or like to watch, the first episode has to be like key. It has to be at the end of it. I have to be like, oh, okay, this is gonna be dope. And I didn't get that from this show. So I can see why people, I guess, are talking about the story. But the animation, I love it because it has that old school feel, like you said, like Cowboy Bebop, Trigun. I can see the resemblance from Mega XLR. But I like I said, I'm happy because we have representation. Is that how you say it? Representation. Yeah, that's the word I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm happy we have that. So I'm not hating on it. There's hope for the future for Black anime creators, and this is just the start. So we got to start somewhere, and I'm happy we started. And it's on Netflix, so I'm pretty sure a lot of eyes will get to see this, and I'm hype about it. But Number, you said this guy's been making comics and stuff for a while on Tumblr and everything.
Yeah, he has. He's been making like it wasn't just Cannon Buster. He had like multiple ideas, and he's been like experimenting with them all. But Cannon Buster has been the one that's like kind of pushed him forward.
I think that I've seen something of him before that was like a trial or something. I think it was on Crunchyroll, I believe, like not too long ago, maybe in the beginning of this year. I don't know what the name of it was.
The one with the dude with the pink hair.
That was the thing. It was going to be on Crunchyroll, I think Cannon Busters was also going to be on Crunchyroll. But I think it had got pushed out for another one. I forgot which one it was, but it was the one that created like a lot of controversy and got canceled in the end.
Okay.
Before it even aired.
That one.
Yeah. I forgot what it was though. I forgot the name of it.
I don't know. We'll look it up. I'll do more research on LaShawn Thomas, and we'll keep him up to date. So I guess since nobody's watched it or finished it, we can't give an overall opinion.
I mean, if you've seen, just how would you take? I would say, how would you take it at face value? Like I was saying, like, have you enjoyed it? Would you recommend it to somebody to just potentially give a glance over to check it out?
I'll recommend it to anybody who likes anime because, like I said, it's a black anime, and I want to spread the word. And like they said, you already got renewed for season 2, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna pick up, right? Just like and how many episodes was it? 13, 12?
I think just 12, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna pick up, and things are gonna take off. So I'm excited to see what happens, and I'm definitely recommend to everybody, whoever, even if I haven't even watched it yet, just watch it because we need to show the support.
Facts, because
there's not too many black animes.
It's not, but it's a lot. I mean, on my Instagram alone, there are so many illustrators that I watch and see drawing stuff. Like there's one that's still been trying to get off the ground for a while called Black Sands. Take it for what it is. It would be the equivalent of an Egyptian avatar. So like the different things that deal with, the sand itself, pestilence, like just stuff embodying the old gods of Egypt with somebody being reincarnated. But the story behind it's got comics right now. And you showed it to me a while back. It's got a good story. Then there's another guy who illustrates. I don't have names. I'll probably have him next time. His drawing style, I don't know if anybody ever seen Ushio and Toro. It's kind of this hyper beast type of mentality to these people, but they all have these weird different keys and things that they channel. Now, it isn't in a comic. He just draws them, but he's working into actually getting this pushed to be, picked up by somebody and animated and turned into a series. But I'm just like, dog, if you got comics, I mean, I'd be willing to read those because I've seen some of his older work when he drew these characters. Like he started with the one character as the base. Like this is somebody he just drew all the time. And then it developed into, I got other people and it's developing into this world and all this other stuff. I'm like, man, it's crazy to see how the art style has changed. And if it gets picked up, I know for a fact it'd be the one that be the super most accurate to representation as far as like current day. Because the main character's got these bushy eyebrows like Edagawa from Fooly Cooly, but he's also got waves. Like he's spinning. I mean, the boy he pineapple spinning, boy. I'm talking about when he channel his tiger, whatever this energy is, boy. Like the waves, like the dips be like blue colored. I'm like, he better stop with this, man. It's too wild.
So I got a question. Like, why do you think we haven't seen any black creators in the anime industry? Is it because it's unpopular, or is it because they're just not creating original content, so to speak? Like not like they're like cookie cutter anime creations, they're taking something from another anime and creating their own. But yeah, that's a question for y'all. What do y'all think about that? Like, why don't you think we see them?
Well, I kind of see it as there are some black creators out there. There are a lot of black creators out there with potentials of anime, and I do know it's extremely hard to get something off the ground,
of course,
by yourself if you don't have anybody helping you out. For those who are creating anime and they're African American, if they're any other they're outside of that anime demographic of who creates them, then I believe it is kind of hard for us, especially because when we create things, we want to create representation not just for us but for everybody in a certain light, and that doesn't really portray the same way that it does when we put it in media compared to other anime. Like if you compared Cannon Buster to Cowboy Bebop, a lot of people would watch Cowboy Bebop before they watch Cannon Busters. And even though Cannon Busters has that Cowboy Bebop feel because it has a lot more representation, but it doesn't push the limits of, hey, this is a black anime, this is a black anime, this is about blacks, like the Boondocks does. I believe that it meets that line of, okay, this is where you can go for now, you know what I mean? Like it won't cross the line. There are some animes out there are some creators out there who are creating these animes, and they do seem to cross that barrier of, okay, you shouldn't do that in order to get your anime made. I mean, yes, there should be no limits to creative ideas, But when it comes to media and anything that wants to be on TV, anything wants to be streamed, there is a line for us, especially us, that we can't cross. And I think the more people realize that, the more we can get our animes on, published, the more we can get them out there.
I'd add that the cookie cutter sense of it is, even when you look at some of the more prevalent mangaka and illustrators, like all of them say they either one grew up watching or reading Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Naruto. So I mean, everything pulls from everything, but the ideal is, the ideal of let's create my own. I mean, anybody can have that same story. Like, how would I put it? So I can't think of the guy, the creator of Naruto. His brother is also a mangaka. He's done other types of shows. He's also had anime. I believe he's the one who does not Bleach, but Fairy Tail, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he also had a actual manga called Opar Tunner or 666 Satan. Same idealistic. Boy, don't get me started on Opar Tunner, boy. But it basically mirrored Naruto, but in a more hard hitting way that dealt with the like angels and demons. Like, so basically this kid was born, had a devil inside of him. Kid was born, had a Jinchuriki inside of him. Shunned by the world. I mean, but they're brothers, so their ideals pull from one another. But like, even with Boku no Hero or My Hero Academia, for anybody else who ain't a weeb, he's even said, their creators even said he wanted to excel far above and beyond One Piece and Naruto with the story, but he can admit that he grew up reading those and enjoys it. So that's why you see similarities in Naruto to Deku as far as the non-willingness to give up, and between him and Luffy, like the more unconquerable spirit, but he's still a crybaby at the end of the day. I mean, I love Deku, but my man's a crybaby. So I mean, but for us, why don't you see the black artists more? I would say it's they're coming out now because I guess socially it's okay to be out more about it now. Like when we were in school, a lot of folks like me and she drew all the time. Now, regards to things happening in that light, it just depends, because some people went on to develop their talents, others got put down and pushed in the corner so far they just said forget it. But I think it's the upsurgence of illustrators and things happening now could bring forth that new thing that we want to see more of us, but then not just us actually representing ourselves and others in a better light, because no one represents us in any facet the way that we should be represented. Because like Number said, we never want to like chop at anybody else, but we're form fitted to give the details the actually how they are. Like, we're not just gonna say, oh, you're this, you're that. No, we'll paint you exactly how you portray yourself in real life as we would our own. Like, we're not trying to make anybody better than the next, but for us, we have to mind our P's and Q's while they can just, make us look like big roaches.
But in my opinion, I think it comes from the culture. Like Ted said back in the day, like we couldn't express ourselves the way we want to, or if you drew a comic or anything, it wasn't getting any play basically. And in this generation, I feel like more urban people are coming out to like support the comics and support anime, and like we were the ones, our kids are now growing up in this field of like, nah, man, I'm gonna make my kid watch anime. I'm gonna, hey,
right? No, that's true.
Yeah,
I'm out there like with a black face on it, like the whole Black Panther movement. Like people went out and watched that, but then after the whole movie was over, they were just like, all right,
what's next?
Marvel pretty cool. Yeah, Marvel pretty cool. So I'm guessing like all the animators and stuff from our generation is really getting out there. And once again, like the avenue wasn't there for manga creators, animators. Like people was wanting to be doctors and lawyers, and this field wasn't really looked at. The whole entertainment and the YouTube field wasn't really looked at when back in the 90s and early 2000s. Man, we could have never fathomed getting on YouTube and being millionaires, or like making a lot of money to where like we buying cars and like the nicest things. We just it wasn't an avenue for us back in the day. So
now you're saying that the avenue is here, and we're starting to come up, right?
Yeah.
Because a number, as you mentioned, you was talking about Boondocks. Would y'all consider Boondocks like one of the first anime, really, even though it's not considered an anime?
Anime influenced.
It's heavily anime influenced.
Yeah, I'll say
in
it
my
falls into
opinion,
that category.
In my opinion, yeah, it's an anime. Boondocks is straight up an anime, and it's made by a black guy who was heavily influenced by anime, who loves anime. I think that's like the first original anime, because just think about the black culture loved Boondocks, and they still love it. It's a cult classic. And then now that they're bringing it back, I'm pretty sure we're going to see even more an anime influence in this show, because back then that was just like, when it came on, there wasn't really, anime wasn't as big as it is now, right? We could say that, right? Anime is way more popular than it was, like 10 years ago when Boondocks was actually on.
Gotcha.
So now we're going to see a lot more of that, right? And in Tez, what you said, I'm going to go back to the point you said, where you were talking about how like all the animes are like pulled together, and like they take one something, or they copy each other.
Like rather than the cookie cutters, like they're inspired by it. So like you would definitely see some influences to where somebody liked Dragon Ball Z growing up and so on and so forth.
So, and this brings up, I had a conversation over this past weekend actually about something similar to that, where we was like, just about every anime in like every genre, like the first 5 to 6 episodes are very similar to each other. And then around like the 6th or 7th episode, they start to break up and become their own show. Right. For instance, like we'll take My Hero. In the beginning of My Hero, I got Naruto vibes 100%. And then after that little tournament they broke up. Now My Hero is standalone, its own
thing. But that was 24 episodes in. I'm sorry, I just had to let you know, but that was a whole season in.
Well, that look to me. Sometimes I guess some anime just take longer to develop their own nature. Get there, but that's what I'm saying. So I guess I'm saying is anime. All anime is the same until they break off into become their own, right? So I'm guessing Cannon Buster will break off into its own flow and get away from like Trigun and Cowboy Bebop and stuff and things like that. And then next door neighbor, aka Tack, he said we're more stereotyped into being athletes and rappers, but not into anime and things of that nature, which is very true. It brings up a good point, because like Rashid, you said we didn't have an avenue. Growing up, all we seen was rappers, athletes, and things like that. If you watched anime growing up, I'm pretty sure we're all around the same age. We watch anime growing up. You got made fun of, like, you watching this stuff. You get clowned. I know for the longest time I was a closet nerd. Like I watched this stuff behind closed doors. Nobody knew I ever watched it until I heard somebody talking like, "Oh, you watch Naruto?" And I was like, "Oh, Naruto?" Blah 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 blah. But it took me a long time.
This man here.
Hey man, that's what, because I didn't want to be, but it's like I didn't want to be made fun of, because I was making fun of people, like, right? You watch Naruto.
I kind of didn't care though. Like for me, it was more of a sense like I know me, I know what I like, but I was cool with everybody. So I mean, people talk they mess. This is more so like middle school to high school, but elementary, like shit, I can't remember how many times folks were just like, we literally be in the corner either with drawing Pokemon, drawing Dragon Ball Z, drawing Digimon, anything under the sun, or even just creating our own characters. And like just looking at us, or either coming over to just bother us about any old thing. I'm like, what am I doing to you? You that bothered I got you, but that bothered I got something I enjoy this much, and you don't.
But then, the ladies love them pictures though. And draw me some flowers.
They do though. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you can draw my name, girl. How you spell it? I got you. You know what I'm saying?
That brings up, like, I remember for the longest time, I never thought Pokemon was an anime.
Yeah.
Like, was I the only one that thought that, or is that like a thing?
I didn't really think
it.
I just thought it was a cartoon, man. Like,
okay, to get it correct, I didn't know what anime was until Toonami first aired Naruto and said it was anime. That's when I finally figured out this genre or this different art style, including Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball.
Me too, but I still didn't put it together that Pokemon was part of that. Like that, I just thought like anime had to be like action fighting, and Pokemon wasn't really like that. It was about this boy going on an adventure. So I was.
No, that word wasn't really used back in the day. Like
anime, right?
Yeah, we knew Dragon Ball Z, we knew Cartoon Network, we knew Pokemon was on Cartoon Network, so we officially assumed like Pokemon's a cartoon. Yeah.
Off rip, yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. I can see the correlation.
So like growing up, that's basically it.
Yo, let me ask, how many of y'all mamas used to say Pokemans or Pokemon rather than not Pokemon? I used to get under my skin so bad. I'd be like, girl, it's a mon, not a man.
My mom didn't even say it. She just called everything Pikachu. Like she knew exactly one of them, and it was just Pikachu. Like, what you watching? Pikachu? Nah. Pikachu? It's like, nah, it's Pokemon. I would have to keep reminding her which one it is so that she wouldn't turn it off on me because she thought I was playing something else.
Yeah. I would have to keep. And then when Digimon came, my mom was like, "Oh, what's this Digiman?" I'm like, "Look at here, Renee. I got issues.
You gotta go. You got to
get
go
out my room. This is not the way it go down."
Nah, facts. But yeah, go ahead.
I didn't. For me, when it came to anime, I didn't know the official term anime until I was like 13. Because I lived in Japan for 5 years, and that's all I was watching. Like I was just watching
cartoons. That's what they just call cartoons.
Yeah, they called it cartoons. So I was like, oh, this is just a cartoon. I'm gonna just watch this cartoon. So I was heavily influenced because I grew up around this stuff for 5 years, and it was from 3 to 8. That's how that's how I grew up. I was around everything that happened to be like that. And when I came back to the States, I was watching all these animes, and I was, wearing the t-shirts, had the notebooks and everything. I was like heavily into the video game Pokemons and everything. And they like all the kids questioning me. They was like, what is that? What's that nerd book you got? What is you freak?
Nerd book.
Yeah, they call me all types of names and stuff, but at that point I really didn't care. So like I didn't like my parents didn't really care.
Oh, yo, yo, sorry y'all. The call ended. Give me a sec. Let me get it back up. Wow, I knew something was up today, boy. Y'all give us a second, man. We'll be right back. Hold on. We'll put the starting screen back up. Oh man, that's trash.
What just happened? What did it kick you out or something? Oh.
We still had time, yo. I was watching the time on my screen. Said we had like 3 minutes before it just clicked out.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened there.
Apologies, good people. It happens. We back though. We still working the bugs out on this. So thank y'all for just being
y'all
here.
seen that picture of me?
I mean,
seen it. I took a picture of it.
It's you, Mars. It's you.
I was like 21, 22 in that picture.
Ooh, that was funny. We were in the middle, like,
I need a job, please.
I'll do everything but wash dishes.
Oh Lord.
Where were we at?
That said, I'll even wash dishes.
Where were we at before the whole thing just ended, man? Sorry about that, viewers. That was crazy. We still, like I said, we're still working out the bugs. We're still trying to get a more solidified way to bring this to you. So we're just trying what we can. But thank y'all. We'll edit that out hopefully, because that was a weird pause.
They was able to hear you still.
I didn't say much. I just ended it in boop and put the starting screen back up, and we going back in. But so to just segue into the next topic, because we still on anime, Demon Slayer. I mean, look, if Tanjiro ain't in your top 5 now, I don't know what. Do you want me to spoil it for you? Because I can make him in your top 5. Don't make me have to do it.
You don't spoil nothing, boy.
I can't get spoiled, bro. I ain't even finish it.
I mean,
you mean the anime, the manga, or the anime?
The anime.
What do you mean you ain't finished? You ain't catch up? You're not caught up, or you just?
Yeah, I ain't caught up. Like on this one, that will be y'all field.
Is there a reason why you ain't catch up? Like one of the hottest animes out this season?
Facts.
Bro, I like it, but
oh no,
I can't find the free time.
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say, don't give me the but it's slow. I mean, boy, if you don't power through
5 episodes, like for real.
Oh, okay. I thought you just didn't like it. Like you ain't.
Oh no, like I'm anime. Like there's hardly any anime out there I don't like.
Okay.
I gotta find the time to like binge watch it.
Yeah, Demon Slayer is dope, man. This last episode, what happened? I don't even remember what happened this last episode.
So, all right. So, synopsis.
Higher classed out, right?
We get the discovery of the spider demon that Tanjiro is fighting is actually one of the lower moon 12, not the upper moon 12.
Yeah,
like who aren't like it's the baby bracket, or the what would it be called, the B league of the big baddies. So with that, Tanjiro's basically on his deathbed trying to make his way over to Nezuko as she's down after activating her blood mist starts, and dude gets back up, he reattaches his head, and Tanjiro's like, I'm finna die. Even as cool as he's trying to be, he's getting ready to die. And then we see the man who saved him in the very first episode from Nezuko originally, Giyu. And upon seeing Giyu, we also learn of what I hinted at lastly. I don't think there's anybody else because I read far ahead.
Spoilers, man.
Huh?
You keep giving spoilers.
I'm talking about the episode.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the past 2 weeks you gave spoilers.
I ain't giving no more spoilers. I was just saying like what I said last time.
Yeah,
Spoiler King, man.
There was an 11th. There's an 11th. There's an 11th form to the water breathing techniques, and it's a self-taught move
you said
by
that,
Giyu.
and we seen it this week in this episode. That's called a spoiler.
You're welcome.
No, it's not. No, you're welcome. It's called like, damn, like. Oh, no. I was watching. I was like, this man Tez, I can't even enjoy it.
Don't tell me you did not enjoy it, bro. Did you not see how that? No, but that's the crazy thing, though. That's what I was saying, bro. With the demon techniques, they say it can happen, but I still haven't seen anybody else do it. Giyu is the only person we know who's created an additional technique in his breath form. I've read way ahead to I'm waiting for the next one.
I'm pretty sure there's people out there stronger than him, like all the masters and stuff. So I'm pretty sure there's other people that have an 11th form. And now I almost know for a fact Tanjiro is going to teach himself a new form. He probably just did with the new fire thing. Don't say nothing, Tess. Don't confirm or do not deny whatever I just said.
I know. I see this one won't be spoiling because dead ass, that's a no. I've been dreaming for that to happen while I'm reading. I'm like, come on, boy, you better. All right, boy, you better. If you don't, no
more reading, Tess. No more reading, bro.
Yeah, man, you need to stop.
I know I used to do that to you all the time, but
Yeah,
no
I
more.
can't help it, man. Especially like when I get caught up in it and I like it.
Right.
I tried my hardest to do it with My Hero. I tried my hardest to do it with dang Demon Slayer. There ain't nothing else that's getting ready to drop other than Black Fox that I want to read Black Fox too.
That
Oh
thing
yeah,
look nice though.
that trailer for Black Fox, a little thing that looked pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. That one looked good.
But we'll stay on Demon Slayer still for a second.
What I will say is what interests me about the episode before when they first introduced that new form that Tanjiro used, it was from his father.
Yeah,
and I remember. I forgot. I don't know his name, but Michael Jackson.
Muzin.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, when he had said that somebody with red hair and those same earrings had fought him before, and he almost lost. So I'm wondering, is that his father?
Gotta be.
That had, went ahead and almost killed the dude.
Gotta be. It gotta be. It has to be Tanjiro. And I feel like that fight caused him to be sick, a sickly man. Like whatever happened to him fighting the demon caused his dad to be sick and eventually die. But I'm pretty sure we won't find something like that until later on, how the two connect. But yeah, either Tanjiro's dad fought him, or like because he said his earrings been passed down from generation to generation.
They still
one of
haven't
his
confirmed
family
that.
members have fought.
Right.
What's his name now? Because I like his name. Muzin. It was Mozin.
What did you just say, Mujo?
I don't know.
Who the hell is Mujo?
Muzin, yo, he was dope, yo. Yeah, but yeah, So yeah, I'm almost positive. I would agree with you, number that. Yeah, they have fought or they dealt with each other in the past generations or something like that.
Yeah, there's always a quick question. It's always a connection.
What's up?
How many episodes in are we? Because I'm gonna binge this jump like ASAP.
18. I think 18.
Closing in on 20. Closing in on 20 now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about to be 20. Yeah, it's not. It's legit. You could watch it within, depending on how much time you got, like a day or 2 days. I can give.
Okay.
Yeah, you can definitely catch up. But yeah, this episode when this dude put his head back on, I was like, I knew one of the two were gonna say Shinobu and Guy, whatever his name is. I knew one of them was gonna come and save him, but I was just like, oh damn, yo. Tanjiro thought he just did something, and this man put his head back on.
He did do, bro. He did do something, brother. Breath of the Fire God dance, whatever the hell that shit translate into.
He did.
Seeing it animated is godly, boy. I'm like, I thought reading it was fire, but I'm like, nah, man, like it don't do it no type of justice. So like it's just so vicious.
So Tanjiro got a taste of what a B tier 12 member tastes like, and he couldn't do nothing. Like at the end of the day, Tanjiro lost. Like he lost that fight. I don't care what y'all say, because this man got back up after one of his strongest moves. He couldn't do nothing, and old boy came and saved him. But Tanjiro lost that fight at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, homeboy came and said, "Hey, I took my head off before you could." So, like, that's just like rubbing salt in the wound.
He's like, I knew it was coming, but then, but the way Giyu did it though, he was like, "Hold on, where my stuff go?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "But what did he hit him with the?" He just sheeped it and it just flew clean. I was like, that is the 11th technique for you, boy. I'm talking about seeing it animated makes no sense, but I get it. But they don't explain the science behind it. Everybody else's ability, the other breathing techniques make sense because they have emotion that creates this, or they still don't say why it makes the element. But this one, in its definition, the 11th breathing technique, stops all opponents' movement and negates attacks. But how? He stands still. Who was it? Like Byakuya Kuchiki from Bleach, like when he gets ready to do his Bankai with Zenbone Zakura, he just lets it into the ground. Mars, don't go there. I don't know. I'm in weed mode right now, boy. You gotta know what I'm talking about to get this one.
I don't know what you just said.
But I mean, he basically just taps the sword to the ground and nothing happens. Like he stops all attack. And he just moves. Like he was just moving slow. Like, yeah, take your head, bro.
Yeah, no.
Pray to the gods. It's on.
Can we agree that Shinobu she's crazy?
Oh,
Yes.
creepy.
Yes.
Stupid creepy.
Crazy, yo. I was like, I didn't know she was like that sadistic until we actually met her, yo.
Have to repent.
Like she was like, "Oh, can we be best friends?"
In the next life.
If you agree to be best friends, then all I got to do is stab you in your stomach, pull your guts out, take out your eyes, cut off your arms, cut your toes off, and then we'll be best friends after that. I'm like, yo,
but Mars, in the next life, not this current one. She was like, in the next life, once you've been reborn, like she won't even know you.
But yeah, and then I like her ability because she was like, we learned something new, whereas demons' heads do not have to get cut off for them to die. And also heads get cut off, and then the sunlight kills them. Those were the only two ways that we knew about up until this last week when they introduced a third way that a demon can die. So that was pretty cool and pretty interesting. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot more kind of techniques involved in this situation. But yeah, Demon Slayer is dope, man. Now, look, Dr.Stone, man. Y'all don't know, man. Do y'all watch that?
Yeah, I do. I just don't know what's coming because I ain't read it yet. But I will. Mars, you can't say nothing because you in my shoes when it comes to this show.
Yeah, but I know how to control myself.
Bull.
Okay, I don't know. I can keep my
it later
myself. I don't have to spoil anything.
Hey, Tez, I'll let you know right now. The manga for Dr.Stone is extremely confusing. Like every episode that you watch, you look at a chapter of the manga, and they're like, "Oh, so that's what he meant." So it's like it's kind of confusing. It's like he threw it all in there and said, "I'm sure they'll figure it out."
Yeah, the manga is like they go very into detail with all the stuff and the creations that he does. Like, because even I remember you read the first couple of chapters of the manga, and you were like, "Yo, it's too sciencey." Like that is
super sciencey.
A fact, but they do later on deter away from that, and they it's not as sciencey. It's like how the show is now. They'll just mention a couple of things like, all right, you put this and this and that together, and you got fire or whatever the case may be. But in the first couple of chapters of the manga, you sitting there breaking down like you put 2 inches of chloroform and this and that and whatever the case is. And then
I passed my chemistry class because of reading Dr. Stone. I sat there, I was like, and they was like, "What you got there? Is that a cheat test?" No, that's just my book. Look for that in there.
Like, well, I'm gonna let you know something today.
So it's good though, and it's gonna get better right now. After the last episode, it's gonna slow down a little bit right now, but it trust me, like it's good where it's at, and then it picks up, and then once it picks up, it doesn't stop. It's kind of like Demon Slayer. Once Demon Slayer picked up, it did not stop. Like Demon Slayer, the first 5 or 6 episodes was so slow to me. I was like, yo, this show is so trash. It's not going to be good. But then once he passed that test, went on his first mission. It was mission after mission after mission after mission. That's kind of how Dr. Stone is going to be. But right now, it's going to be like it's slowing down the pace a little bit, unless they do something different from the manga and they switch it up a little bit, which I don't think they are because they've been true to the manga so far. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching Dr. Stone.
Except I did read some where there was where the production studio was promising to take one of the episodes was supposed to be filler, and so they're going to combine that with another episode in order to not make it filler, so that they can keep up the pace that they've been going at because it's been working so far.
That's good.
Got you.
That's good.
I will say about the last episode, it was interesting to see that sorcerer battle go down. I'm like, hold on. Like, see, what I was thinking, I thought old boy was the guy who was helping him in the lab in like the first couple episodes. Like Mars, the dude who was in the chemistry class with him. I'm like, oh, yo, that's gonna be another one of their classmates. And
nah, he's just.
But they just looked really familiar, so that's why I kept thinking he was somebody from their generation.
Chrome. And then it's Chrome, right? Yeah, they look real similar. So we did get introduced to a lot of characters in this episode. We got introduced to Kinro and Gyro.
Boy with the golden spear.
Those two are brothers. I don't think they said that in that episode, but those two are brothers. And as you can see, the little brother, the one with the blonde hair, he he's the Usopp. Like any danger, like he acts tough and almighty, but then once danger comes, he's like, "Yo, I'm out, yo."
He's like, I can't do this.
He's not really about it. And his older brother, the one with the golden spear, like he's one of the people. Like he's the dude with the glasses in every anime. Like that's who he is from every anime. Like any dude that wears glasses in anime, that's his character. But he's actually like he's OP too. Like he's real strong.
But hold on, but
actually,
is he punch a lion OP though?
No, he ain't that strong. No,
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. I don't care what nobody say. That man Craven had the hardest intro to any show I've ever, bro. No special powers, no abilities. He come out the stone like, Hadouken, just hit him dead in the chest. I'm like, bro, he KO'd a lion in the chest.
That's what got me hooked right there.
Like he woke up, didn't even know what was going on. He was like, "Yo, what's the situation?" Bang, bang, boom. A lion. Nope. I bet my fist to his face. Lion dead. What's next? Like
what? He made his clothes out the lion.
Then hold on. Then he jumped in the air and snapped the gooseneck. I'm like, bruh.
He did, man. This
came back with like 5 fish and everything.
Like, hey, y'all hungry?
He's just on a whole nother level.
Bro,
like
he made wild. He wild. I couldn't deal.
Like,
they said, man, we gotta go.
When he put his hand on the ground and was like, "All right, where'd they go?" Oh, I know where they went. They went to make a gun, and then immediately sped right up there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the thing that makes him so crazy too. He's not stupid. He's smart and strong. He's not. Damn, I can't think of his name. What's the main character's name?
Senku.
He's not Senku smart, but he's smart.
He's damn near Senku smart. Like he understands everything. Like he knows Senku. Like Senku told him how to make the miracle formula, and he remembered it like off rip. Senku was like, bang, 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 boom, and then he was like, "Oh, I was just missing that ingredient." Bam. So he's smart. Like he's really smart, and that'll play on. You'll see it later on in the show. No spoilers, but you're right. He's not Senku smart, but
he's smart enough.
He's smart enough to be
Blonde Shouty, she's something else.
But it's different kinds of smarts, man. Like he might not be like scientific smart, but dude got everything he needs to like survive in this world.
100%. That's why he's a god, man. That's why he can wake up and punch a lion in the face.
I'm not ready to see the army he come back with, boy. I'm Mars, and I know he got a squad coming in the future. I ain't ready for it. I'm not ready for it.
Y'all want to know or not?
No.
I'm good. I don't want to.
All I'm saying is, in the real world, in the modern time, he was the top athlete of the world. So I'll just say that he was the top athlete of the world, and he knows where other athletes are. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, so he know where the other folks in his bracket of like genetic excellence.
He knows who to wake up. That's all I'm saying. Like he knows who to wake up.
I don't know how to feel about this damn boy, because I mean Senku only got what's his name?
He got
that one strong dude.
Yeah, the one strong dude. He got the village, but I'm like, okay, we know the village is about that action. They willing to kill, but his homeboy ain't.
So the village are more just like, as you'll see, like they don't care about anything else but themselves. Like they was like, yo, look, we've been living this way of life for thousands, maybe millions of years, whatever the case may be, and we don't care. Like, so you'll see what happens, but they don't even care really.
Man, dude gonna come through like Kangas Kong on them, bro. Like, man, he got him an army of super soldiers, bro. Like,
they in a whole different league of Saiyans, boy. These upper class. What you talking about, Kakarot? I'm like, come on, man.
Nah, that's what honestly, it's like the Saiyans coming to Earth, yo. Like
that shit gonna be. I can't wait for that, boy. I'm telling you, that's gonna be a wild day. We're gonna have to do a live reaction for that one. Like, what did you just see the way they rolled up? But I know, but at the same time, I know Senku is gonna have something modernized, at least up into the. I would want to say, because if they come in Stone Age, he should at least be bronze by the time old boy roll back around. He should have something like metallic in the makes, 100%. But then ain't no telling yet.
Yeah, nah, we'll see. Like I want to talk about Dr. Stone so much because there's just so much that happens and it's gonna happen and crazy twists and turns. Like that's why I like this anime because you think something's gonna happen and it doesn't happen. Like it's cool. Like girl, yo, Kohaku, the chick, yo,
Yeah,
she's dope, man. She's really strong.
she got a crush.
She's
She
like
got a
my
crush on
favorite
Senku. She
character.
better quit playing.
Man, she ain't about that life, man. You see how she wasn't even trying to go to sleep because she was like, "Yo, we in a relationship." You said something about a relationship. I ain't going to sleep next to you, boy.
Right? She knows she's interested in Senku. Let's say that much. She's interested in
I'm gonna
Senku.
spoil that. Nah, there's no relationships in this show at all.
Damn, not even between old boy and a girl that woke each other up.
But that's like
that was in the past life, bro.
Like
typical.
Right.
Other than that, like there are no relationships, even up until where I'm at now in the manga, all the way to the end of the end chapters, no relationships. So you don't gotta worry about no love stories or nothing like that in this show, which I like.
Love stories.
Yeah,
I like love stories.
Nah, they don't.
But I mean, look, if Craven
on what it should have been,
if Craven pull up, he gonna take everybody. He taking all the women. That's all I'm saying, bro.
It reminds me of the One Piece. Like there's no love stories in One Piece, but there's a lot of bromance. Like
One Piece
so there's
got
a lot
love in there.
Man,
Boa
Hancock,
Louis,
man.
I said Louis. Luffy got bad chicks in every part of the Grand Line to the Great Blue to the Red
Line.
About
them hoes, man.
Luffy getting the bag, bro. He don't care right now.
That's what I'm saying. He don't care about these hoes out here.
Honestly, I think Luffy's gonna be like I think Luffy's gonna end up in a situation like Goku. Remember the day they asked Goku how did he end up marrying Chi-Chi? He was like, "Oh, I just thought marriage was something to eat. Like it's gonna be something like that." He was just like,
Bro,
"Yeah, let's go with it."
Kiss though. Don't kiss your wife.
That's funny,
bro. Vegeta got more max skill than Goku, bro. Goku was just like, I get, bro. I could just only think that Chi-Chi was the one that put it on him first, because Goku be like, "You trying to fight? Oh, what is this?" Like that's not fighting. Ooh. Stop it, Chi-Chi.
Is this a special technique?
Yeah, like wow.
Making me weak. I can't stand up.
I'm gonna come, man. Let me stop.
I hit her with the spirit bomb.
Let me stop.
Yo,
man.
Wow. Oh man. I finally caught up on Black Clover, but I do kind of want to wait for Tak get here because I don't know if anybody else watched Black Clover or still caught up to it, but
I have yet to watch it.
He's slacking.
Are we doing
no, I'm waiting I'm waiting to get through so I can finish summer school so I can just binge for a week.
Yeah, no, it'll be a good binge. That's definitely a good binge. Starts off a little slow, but it's all right. Yeah, that's definitely a good binge to watch. But yeah, now I want to wait for Tak when he get back to talk about Black Clover because I watched that, caught up because
I'll just say it was good. It was good.
Yeah, we can roundtably say it was good, but boy, I read too. Y'all seen it? Yeah,
don't read, man. Get
bro,
out.
No. See, this is the thing. I've been reading Black Clover before I met y'all. So I started Demon Slayer once we all started it, but I was reading Black Clover before I even met y'all. So I was like, boy, I really didn't have nobody to discuss it with, so I still been keeping up. But boy, when I tell you what's coming in this arc, you gonna have your eyes awakened to some people. I'm gonna be vague about it. People finna awaken your eyes for real.
I bet it seemed like it.
Hey man,
to the next level.
I read manga too. Just want you to know, like,
don't count none of them, boy. Don't count nobody out you see, because they all gonna shock you, boy. It's gonna be a shock.
I bet. I read manga. I only read two manga. I only read Dr.stone and Promised Neverland. Only two I read right now. And then I'll probably read Demon Slayer once that finishes.
You don't read you probably don't read Boku no Hero. I was gonna say, is Promised Neverland getting close to the end, ain't it? They getting ready to end the manga.
Are they?
Yeah, it's supposed to be coming to an end soon.
Don't say that.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I trust that because the guy who created One Piece said, the manga coming to an end. And it's like,
no, the manga ain't coming to an end.
What you mean?
He said One Piece is ideally 15, if not 25% almost done, and that was 2 years ago. So
Yeah.
like it should, if they do the math on how many chapters get released a month and they count it into the actual holidays that they go on breaks to, One Piece still got at least 5 more years before it's fully done.
That's too long.
Bro, do you not know how long it's been going though?
Oh no, I do.
Yes.
I'm just saying, like, it's just
Since the 90s, man.
yeah, that's. But they used to take breaks back then too, though.
Yeah.
So there has been like gaps. But now, recently, I think the past 4 or 5 years, they haven't taken any breaks.
Yeah,
They
that's
just
why
kept going.
that's why the mangakas are getting sick and like, you know, fatigue
Yeah,
and
that's
losing their
right.
interest and stuff like that. I would definitely need breaks. Like I definitely don't want the Boku no Hero dude to do that. I'm like, bro, I want to talk about this so bad with somebody, boy.
That's how I feel about Promise
Wait,
Neverland.
Bruh, all I'm gonna say is
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Shigaraki? God.
Chill, man. Chill. Let's
That
move on from
man.
anime because I feel like we about to
No,
get spoiled.
all I'm gonna say is
everybody out here.
Shigaraki went plus ultra, boy. That's all I'm gonna say. He embodied plus ultra. He embodied it. I'm talking about.
So
I've never
the
applauded
boys-
a bad guy in my life in the book. I'm like,
In other
gotta
news,
give it to him. Just cut me off.
what about the boys?
The boys.
The
Everybody watch
boys.
that?
Yeah, I've seen 3 episodes so far.
Okay.
I watched the whole thing.
I watched the whole thing too.
I watched it. I watched it in the end. We can give the round table approval stamp so we don't spoil nothing for number or whatever. Just how you felt about it, or just give what you think about it from the first 3 episodes. Like you're going into it, so we can stay up with number, and then I guess like when Tat come back, we can give the whole final verdict on it because he wanted to talk about it too. Me, episodes 1 through 3, I was definitely creeped out by pseudo fake Superman. Homelander. Dude, he is creepy, boy. I'm talking about why she in there breastfeeding. He's like, yeah, girl, you know what I'm saying? That's my you know, that's the face. I'm like, why he staring at this wall? But then I'm like, he got x-ray. He ain't finna stare at the pictures of himself. I'm like, he got x-ray vision. And then they proved me right. I was like, he's staring at this lady pumping milk. I'm like, boy, you sick.
All he do, and the crazy thing about it is all he do is stare at her, and like she stares at him because she got a camera looking at him where he be standing at. Like it's, I don't know, man. It's a weird little
sexual
situation.
dynamic. But like, what? I'm like, why? You nasty. You know But then her secret with stuff, she just getting people done up left and right. Brother, stuff with the fat dude shapeshifter.
Is that in the first 3 episodes, man?
Yeah, that's in the first 3 episodes with the big dude who like she sabotaged him. He was like, hey, that feels different. I'm like,
Set his ass
I
up.
was like, oh, that feels different. I'm like, boy, get up out of here with it.
For me, man, I thought the first 3 episodes, I thought it was gonna go in a whole different direction than it really did.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking, oh man, we got some evil heroes or whatever they want to call it. Then like it kind of flipped to the point where I'm just like, man, I don't know how I feel about this no more. But that's my
the first episode, like it got me, right? Like it was how his girlfriend died. And like that got me like, oh snap, yo, this man really just ran into her and blew her up. Like that's why I always try to tell. Well, after I watched it, I was like, yo, Marvel and DC paint these superheroes in such a good light. We've been lied to. It's fake news. The boys is how superheroes will really act in real life, hands down, yo. I truly believe like if there were actual superheroes, this is how they would act. In public, they would be all cool and shaking hands, kissing babies and stuff. But behind closed doors, they're like, yo, F this shit. I don't care about none of y'all hoes. Yo, like you seen them was like, yo, I ran through this bitch, yo. I think I swallowed her molar. I'm like,
dog, it's like that, bro. It's talking about we got 10 minutes again.
Oh,
yeah.
Just let it rock. We'll keep an eye on the time this time. But yeah, number, what you think, man, so far? Without seeing the ending and stuff, what do you think, brother?
when I watched the first episode, I was watching it. I think like 5 o'clock, and I sat there and I got halfway and I said, "Oh, this is for late night. Let me turn this off and come back to it," because I was really really surprised at what it was. But as I watched episode 1 through 3, I started realizing like, okay, this is like you said, Mars. This is what anybody would do if they had powers, and it's like, yeah, that's true. I'd probably do the same thing. Not what pseudo Superman did with the whole,
Looking through
look
the
at
walls
the
stuff.
That
wall thing,
man's
but
Homelander so crazy,
complaining
boy.
and making it seem like, man, well, I gotta do this and all that, just
Like
trying to live your life, but
this
you're
man,
behind
like
closed doors and who you are to everybody.
I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I would do this, but I'm gonna sit here and say that we've all thought about this. What translucent does? This man be chilling in a woman's bathroom, and like you know
He
what I'm saying?
naked,
Like
just chilling and observing stuff.
For real.
I wouldn't do it, but I'm pretty sure if I ever go invisible, I'm like, man, if I was invisible, I would see what the girls' locker room is like. I'm just walk around a little bit, see what's going on in there, see if it's different from the boys. And
Yeah,
that's what
Katie,
I'm
get
saying.
him.
Like,
yeah, just
Katie,
stuff like
get
that.
him.
How y'all like old girl initiation?
Starlight, man, I felt bad for her, boy.
Yo, that's so crazy. And this is so I read in the comic. I didn't read the comics, but I was watching videos and they was talking about the comics.
Mm-hmm.
They said in the comics, it was like all three of the guys. It was the Deep. It was the Homelander was there, and what's his name? The fast dude,
Translucent?
A-Train.
Oh, A-Train.
Yeah,
That's
they
messed
all
up.
were there, and they didn't say nothing. They just let it happen. Like it was like whatever. I was like, damn, yo, if they would have showed that in like the first episode, I would have like, oh, they on some shit with this.
I think they would have been. It'd been a lot of riots, like especially from the women activists and stuff.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, man.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so
woo.
I do want to talk about the last couple episodes too, but I will wait until number catches up and until when Tap gets back as well.
Mm-hmm.
So any other shows?
No other shows. For me, I haven't checked out anything. Haven't watched anything. How y'all feeling? Y'all want to take a little break? Get up, stretch your legs, because we got that timer going. Hopefully, clear it, get it back up. Or y'all just want to keep powering through?
I mean,
Got 7 minutes on mine.
I mean, yeah, of course it's 7 minutes. It's so for all of us. I'm just trying to figure out how to not have it cut off on us again.
Well, I guess we could just restart it since you said something now. So put that. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's going to be a brief moment, and if you're listening to this on the iPod or whatever earphones, or just listen to it without the video, it's going to be a brief pause. But we'll
just enjoy the music. It's going to be a little music rocking out. Y'all enjoy it. We can get it right back. We'll get it right back up, and we'll be back up. Y'all give us a second.
I'm not getting nothing back up. Don't be talking to me like that.
Talk to your wife on that. I ain't got nothing to do about that one. All right, let's
Sony Spider-Man thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we are back.
Okay. Since we were back and since we were talking about movies before we took the break, we just got the announcement earlier today, right before we started streaming, that Sony and Disney and Marvel and them are beefing right now. So this could be the end of Spider-Man for Marvel, possibly, because Sony still owns the rights to it. They were just lending Spider-Man over to Marvel to make the movies. And so what the whole problem was, if you guys didn't know, or if you just out of the loop for some strange reason, Sony made a lot of movies off of the Far From Home and Homecoming Spider-Man movies, because what I didn't know, right, Sony still owned those titles to the movies, and Marvel just made those movies for them. So Sony got all this money off of Marvel for making those movies, and now Marvel is like, yo, the next movie, let's go have 50-50.
Yeah.
Sony's like, bitch, y'all just made 2 movies for us and we got all this money. Now you want to go 50-50? Nah, that's not the agreement. Give us Spider-Man back and y'all can do whatever y'all want. So so it's nothing set in stone right now about, like, so right now it's been reported that they are in talks and probably renegotiating a new contract, maybe, or Sony just might take Spider-Man for themselves and do that whole thing with Venom involved and everything.
But Sony is trash when it comes to making movies.
Yes, so
Yeah,
that's why I believe if this happens, if Sony takes hold of Spider-Man again, they're gonna kill Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man's gonna be ruined. And this is actually a Spider-Man that everybody likes and everybody enjoys.
But
Tom Holland is doing a good job.
I mean, that leaves room for Miles. That's all I'm saying. Just give me Miles, boy. Hey.
I mean, you do have a valid point.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it does add up. I mean, in Homecoming, they did like tease that Miles does exist in that universe.
Yep.
And we all know that Miles and Peter cannot exist in the same universe. If Miles exists, Peter cannot.
It depends on which universe they're in, number.
Well, I mean, they did say that they was in the main universe in Far From Home, but that was a lie.
They've been pulled into, like, in the comics. I don't know how the continuity, which way they're following it, but in the comics, when Miles' universe is getting ready to be destroyed, his universe got merged with that of the current the young Parkers. So, like, they exist in the same world now. So, like, you got Miles as Spider-Man and you got Peter as the Amazing Spider-Man. So it's like but I don't know which way they're going with it as far as how the cinematic version is doing it. But they referenced Miles because his uncle is there. So I'm like, okay.
Right.
I wouldn't want to see Gambino be the bad guy though. I'm like, not Gambino. Not Gambino.
Yeah, nah, he's not. Yeah, that wouldn't work.
Because then he had to be bald headed and stuff too. I'm like, that man hairline already messed up. Don't do him like that.
But yeah, nah. So I think they're being childish about the whole situation.
Yeah.
I think I mean, I agree though. I wouldn't want to give Marvel 50%, even though, I mean, I don't know how I really feel. If I was Marvel, they have every right to ask for 50% because they did make 2 banging ass movies, Homecoming and Far From Home, for Sony. And now Sony gets all the credit for that and all the money and all the benefits, where Marvel just gets, oh, good job, Marvel, and then keep it moving. So I do, maybe if I was Sony, like, so they can keep their own name and franchise and not, they just need to come together and do it for the fans. That's what I think personally. They need to come with an agreement and do it for the fans.
To be honest with you, man, well, first, like, he was still in Civil War and Endgame. Like, he is sewn so deeply into the Marvel universe at this point. Like, they like you said, have the right to ask for 50%. And Sony, on the other hand, failed 5 times. You had the Tobey Maguire 3, And then you had the other dude nobody even cares or talks about anymore.
Oh yeah, was Garfield?
Yeah, that guy. Like,
Oh yeah,
nobody even talks about him anymore. And like we finally got a Spider-Man that embodies the actual Spider-Man. Like Tobey Maguire was too serious. Second dude was too goofy.
I don't think he
And
was
this
too.
one
I
is
don't
like,
think he was too serious, man. I think they painted Toby, or they try to put him in a young. They should have started with a younger Parker, because Parker was younger when he got his powers,
right,
and then if
Right.
Toby transitioned to where, if when they introduce Miles in someday into the actual movie universe as the adult Parker, that would have fit. But I think they put him in as a younger character and a too early of a time for a more serious role, because Peter's always been young, but you get somebody who's already like where we are in age now. When he played the role, he'll be too old now to actually be the mentoree, or the mentor to the mentee. So
but
but everybody does love Tom Holland. I'm not gonna skimp on that. I was one of those people who didn't go see any of the Spider-Man movies, and then like I watched them, I was like, bruh, he's Parker. I was like, I'm sorry. Just like Drake from Drake and Josh was the cartoon version of Parker. Like I hated any other Parker that did the voice, but like when Disney picked up the Spider-Man shows and it was Drake, I was like, yo, that's how I read Parker in my head. He actually hit that hard. And then you see Tom Holland is exactly that emulated version of him into real life. I'm like, you can't not have him be that anymore.
Like this Peter Parker, I see him being like, well, how deep y'all into like comic books and stuff
You
like
know
that?
I am.
Very.
Surface level for the most part.
Scrub versus the noobs.
Well, anyway, that like Peter Parker eventually had his own little squad. Like, Nick Fury recruited him as the leader of his own little squad. So like I felt like that's where they was going with it, because they off Iron Man and everything. And
yeah.
Peter Parker was becoming like
the new Iron Man.
Yeah, he was the hitter of Marvel, bro. Like
there's a whole squad of Spideys though, because you got Iron Spider, the Amazing Spider-Man, Miles, you got Agent Venom. Like that's why I thought they were going with the Eddie Brock movie. I'm like, so are they trying to parallel in an Agent Venom? But then I'm like, it don't tie into where Marvel is right now. Because for those of you who don't know, Agent Venom is just Eddie Brock, who still has, no matter how many times he's detached from the symbiote, the symbiote lives inside of his blood in small fractions. And eventually, before the last time it was ripped off, it spawned one more little symbiote that wasn't evil. It was more so pure, but it didn't have like free will of thought. So Brock could actually control it on his own. But most symbiotes actually have their own mind. So this one, he basically, had on like school football pads, and he suited up and he could morph it to look any way he wanted. So he's got like spikes on the shoulders. He got like some agent from Shield's rocket blasters and merged it into his suit. And I'm just like, Agent Venom is the best Venom I've ever seen in my life. And he's an Eddie Brock that actually has a good heart and not a twisted evil one. So, I mean, just to say, like, Spidey has so much deep rooted history in Marvel. It's crazy.
I thought she was going towards the one where like his squad was like Power Man and
well, I mean that too,
Iceman,
but that's what I'm saying. But these same Spidey characters got recruited into that squad. That's what I'm saying. Like with White Tiger, Power Man, like they all. It ended up being at some point the other heroes got pushed out as the more spider-based heroes kept coming in, like because his Spidey suit, somebody took the Iron Spider suit. There's a whole new person piloting that. He's basically the Spider-Man version of Iron Man. Miles came into the scene when his universe got merged. Brock with the Agent Venom. I want to say Spider-Gwen, but she actually, her universe never crumbled. So she found a way to live in and out of the universes without actually causing harm to herself.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to the whole Sony thing real quick, Sony did say they pretty much told Marvel's like, yo, we gave birth to Spider-Man, so we deserve all the credit, yo.
What? I beg your pardon?
They said that they wouldn't, without the Tobey Maguire movie, Spider-Man wouldn't be as relevant as he is now.
Are they not forgetting about the 1980 movies that nobody remembers?
The
for some
comics, the old television series, the
That's what I'm
cartoons.
saying. No, but
I
that's what I'm
knew
saying. Like
I
they
knew Spider-Man from cartoons before I ever thought about it being a movie.
no, I'm not saying actually gave Spider-Man birth, but
I know. I'm just running off on that.
As far as like live action movies,
yes,
it was the first one to actually
pop
like,
off
break that barrier. Yeah.
So
To be honest with you, and to be fair, back when those movies came out, it was the hottest thing.
Oh yeah,
now,
yes, of course.
Now looking back, it's
like,
I mean,
like it was alright, bro, but like it ain't
grown ass man in high school. What?
I mean, let's not be honest though. I mean, like a lot of grown men in like that'd be like 12 with deep voices.
Number, you talking about yourself, boy, because got this damn James Earl Jones. Simba, you deliberately disobeyed me. That's your voice.
Oh man.
But I mean, in all honesty, Sony, they have a point when it comes to, yes, we were the ones to pop off with the Spider-Man movies. However, when it comes to creativity, the control, and who it rightfully belongs to, that is Marvel. Now, I remember reading a tweet while this whole argument was going down, and the tweet had stated that while I do agree with it should be Marvel that handles Spider-Man, Marvel is under Disney, and Disney is this powerhouse. So a lot of people are taking Sony's side because they are afraid of this Disney powerhouse. You know, Disney is this huge powerhouse, and they don't want Disney to have control of everything. But I mean, it's you can't really say that when Disney has been a powerhouse for so long that you kind of just gotta deal with
it
right
as a
now.
Grain of salt. Yeah, you gotta take it for what it is.
The thing about it is, man, they reaping the well, they made some messed up. They made some messed up choices, basically. Oh man, we're not using Spider-Man. Y'all can have them. Oh man, we're not using Fantastic Four. Y'all can have them.
Yep.
And then farther down the line, we need those characters because in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like the Fantastic Four was supposed to be in the Avengers, and like they did Spider-Man. Wolverine was supposed to be in the Avengers, like.
But I mean,
it was supposed to be a bigger movie.
That's a whole other story too, because like with Jackman, like there'll never be another Logan. They still have to recast Logan if they ever, because they rebooted the X-Men, but Wolverine also plays a big part in he's in a lot of people's stories too. Like stupidly, for everything they're trying to bring into place now, Wolverine has either touched it or cameoed a big pivotal moment. So I'm like, okay.
If they ever did bring Wolverine in, like Hugh Jackman said, he will come back for like in Avengers, not like our own standalone or not in the X-Men. It's like he will come back if Wolverine is a part of the Avengers. And I would honestly, I would love that, because over the past couple of years, like 20 years, 15 years. I'm sorry. Past 15 years, like Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Like you said, Tess, he painted.
He did it so good.
Yeah, he like that's who. Every time I think of Wolverine live action, I only see Hugh Jackman. Like now, some new guy comes in. Who's to say? Like I don't know. I'm not going to shut off the new guy off rip, but
no, you can't. But I mean, like that's why I think that's why they brought X-23 in, because for a long time before, like when they killed Logan off, X-23, she took his place as Wolverine, and then his son came into the picture, and then they found a way to bring Logan back, which was the spinoff movie we saw with Old Man Logan. But then again, like I said, Old Man Logan, he got pulled out of his dimension and placed in the current timeline to fill the role or the position of Logan who been gone, but he wasn't the same old Wolverine. He just be Wolverine who came back, who found a way to not die because they found a way to revitalize his self-healing, which is kind of crazy. So,
well, Marvel, as you looking at this, you messed up World War Hulk, and I'm super mad at that.
Oh God, but please, look, I'm right there with you. Hulk is my favorite hero. He still ain't got a good movie yet. You finally found the guy who can be Hulk. Give me a good Hulk movie, bro. That's all I want to see is Red Hulk versus Green Hulk, or World Breaker Hulk. Do the actual They continue the story off of World War Hulk, where he comes back to the planet as World Breaker Hulk because he finds out why he got sent off because of the Illuminati, which is Reed Richards, Professor X, and a bunch of the other really smart people from the Marvel Universe. Boy, that'd be a bomb movie.
You know what killed that was like the fact that Thor Ragnarok, was supposed to be him in that World War Hulk mode, like him in that arena with the armor on. That was
Well, that
close.
exactly. Thor was never a part of any bit of that. That was all Hulk. Like watching him go through the battle arena and eventually become the king of Sakaar. Like, and then find out when his wife died, they still had hands in his wife dying, and the reason he got sent to Sakaar. That man, bro, I'm telling you, that man came back so godly strong. And then they eventually had to summon Sentinel just to fight this man. That man Hulk had so much rage, he stomped, and they felt it from the most northern point to the southern point of the planet. He's like, if I take 2 more steps and y'all don't get me out of here, this planet for the shatter, boy, get me out now. Find a way to pull this off, because I'm about to blow. I'm so pissed. I was like, that's the Hulk I want to see, man. I love Hulk.
And his son Scar and that other dude that we don't really care about.
No, funny enough, his son that nobody cares about actually found a way to awaken his Hulk powers. He has pure control over the old power because Scar got his power taken away, so he can only Hulk up. His older brother has the true old power, plus he just found a way to learn how to awaken the Hulkify, but they left it at that. Something happened at the end of the comic. I'm sorry, we're going on a tangent, and then you see his older big brother, he gets angry and his hand goes like, and they just end the comic. I was like, hold on, did the big A? But he got the. I was like, oh, when him, Scar, and Banner all see each other, it's gonna be bad, boy. I was like, that's a whole beatdown comic I want to read. But
it's a change up, but it needs to be said. Marvel,
Hulk needs some respect. Marvel, he needs some respect. I don't like Dr. Green. He ain't that strong. I'd rather see Joe fix it. I'd rather see Gray Hulk than Dr. Green.
Right.
Joey badass.
Isn't Professor Green? Professor Hulk? That's what they called him?
Well, they call him a lot of times. They call him Doc Green in the comics, but yeah, Professor Hulk. He's the weakest Hulk. He's just the Hulk. He's Banner if he learned how to like get as strong.
Control the Hulk power.
Yeah, that's it. But he can't really tap into it. He's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna take a sip of it. That's it. That's all it is. Let me take a little sip of this.
Basically.
Yeah.
I hate him the worst. Like,
I'm right there with you. The worst character.
Yeah. Like, boy, you don't get that big ass dab out of here, boy. I don't want to see that.
Like when they want a picture. When they introduced him in Endgame, I sat there like, oh man, we ain't ever gonna get a good Hulk movie now.
Ever. No,
I was disappointed as soon as they showed that. They showed him giving Ant-Man tacos and stuff. It's like, come on, man.
They tried 3 times? There were 3 Hulk movies or 2? There's 2 Hulk movies, right?
There's 2, and then you got this guy who never got his own standalone.
Okay.
But he actually plays a good Bruce Banner.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. That's why I thought he had his own standalone. I couldn't remember, but he didn't. It was the other dude.
They're like, bro, we ain't taking no chances.
It was the MCU movie. It was the MCU movie, and they got somebody else at the last minute for the Avengers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nah. That's how we feel about the whole Spider-Man debacle. So
I'm sorry, I had a lot of Marvel stuff on my chest.
Dad Hero, what's good, man? Thank you for coming through. So we moving into video games now. What we have at the top is Need for Speed, Power Stone, and Genesis.
And I would love to touch on a couple other things because of this Gamescom.
Yeah, I would love to touch on Genesis first, as it is a new free-to-play MOBA on PS4. I was supposed to say PC. It's coming to PC soon. 7 days in. It has been phenomenal. Out of the last 3 days, they've had server issues because it's so many people wanting to play it, but it's a really good game. It can, in a lot of ways, it can be definitely better. And you'll probably hear this in my video on the NGA page as well. You know, make sure y'all come check that out. If you haven't followed, please follow. Ain't no shame in these plugs. We need y'all to support us so we can keep giving y'all quality content. But it's a fun game. Anybody who doesn't really play MOBAs, even like Mars, who's our denizen, you know, he don't really play MOBAs. He picked it up and could easily get into it. It's been fun, but it's got bugs. So, you know, other than a poor way to communicate, you need a better ping system. Towers need to be calibrated. Certain balances and changes to certain characters and abilities and power scaling need to be, you know, tweaked and pulled and plucked here. But other than that, I've been enjoying it so far. I'm not sure if Sheed or Number have had a chance to play, but I know Mars has played it, so I'm just gonna let him get what he got to say about it. You know, subscribe if you haven't already.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate that game.
It's not
I hate
bad,
it.
man.
It's like, nah, it's a good game, man. It's fun. I do enjoy it. Tess is right. Like I don't play MOBAs like that. Especially the top-down MOBAs.
Yeah.
I was playing Paragon. I like Paragon, a MOBA like that, whereas yeah. But top-down MOBAs are not my thing. But Genesis it is like a breath of fresh air.
Breath of fresh air.
Breath fresh, yeah. And I do enjoy it, but it's just like any other MOBA, right? Like we suck. That's it. We suck, man. We trash, and we keep losing. Like I hate
me
it.
and Jay Biggs was going in the other night, boy. We was getting dubs.
Like it's just like when we play together or you play with your homies, it's fun, but then it's not fun when you're getting like
trash
destroyed every time.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't mind a good match and we lose a good match. Like, all right, we destroyed tower, they destroyed towers, they got 55 kills and we got 50 kills or whatever, and it's a close match. I would rather lose like that than lose by getting blown out. We only had 8 kills and the whole team beat us by 60.
And
they destroyed all our
like
towers.
There's a
I hate
way to communicate. The game needs a better communication function.
But then I say that, right? But then Tez, we all are on comms. Like we all in Discord talking. So like we communicating.
We can communicate, but it's like when we got randos, because then people who don't generally hear.
We should still have the advantage, right? Because it's 4 of us on comms. It's first one rando, right? We should still have the advantage. In my opinion, we should still have the advantage. And
you should have a better streamlined form of communication to win some of the fights, but it all plays into matchup. So like you could have they could have a better pick that combats us. Like we could have way more physical people, but our tanks aren't built out to withstand energy, or they have way better crowd control, or they have shutdowns, and we just like we got all this power, but we got nothing to like counter what they doing to us, either because we're not building the items that allow us to do that,
right?
Or we're not putting in just good games, but it takes time. You just got to keep playing.
That's what I'm about to say. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. We just got to keep playing the game and learning the game, and learning what works and what kind of characters we want to use and stuff. But ain't nobody got time for that, man.
Who don't? I'm playing again tonight after the podcast. Anybody want to play? Please join your boy.
I don't got time. For me to learn a whole new genre of a game.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's fun. I do like MOBAs, but like Josh, right? He picked it up in one day, like because he plays League. And it's real similar to League. Me, it's gonna take me a long time to actually understand. All right, this is what these items do. This is what these characters do, and how they're built, and what I should build with all this stuff. So. I just don't have the time to sit there and learn it. I want to be able to just pick up a game that I know or an adventure game, play it, beat it, call it a day. But I do enjoy playing it. What do y'all Number and Rashid? What do y'all think, man? Have y'all played it?
I tried playing it one time, but there was that time that like the servers were crashing or whatever, whatever they was going through. Right. I gave about 5 minutes, then I went to sleep.
Number, what about you? I don't know if you touched it.
I played it a couple of times already. I mean, it is similar to League. I play League a lot.
I didn't know this, and I be asking, let somebody want to play with your boy? Nobody be saying nothing.
Oh, like I've been playing League ever since I've been trying to get a Riot internship. I've been sitting there the whole time playing League, but it's very interesting. The one thing I do agree with Tez on is the power scaling. Yes, that needs to be toned because it's like
tower scaling. I'm sorry,
power scaling.
Oh, power. Okay.
Like Overwatch in the beginning, there was like 3 characters that everybody was using, and like you could win. So like it's definitely everything needs to but it's a process,
Right. Yeah, I think everything
needs.
And they have said they have a new patch coming out in the next month, so we could see some of these things. Like I was telling you last night, I didn't realize when you get hit by certain abilities. So like, say if you have an item that can warp or teleport you away in any other mode, no matter what it is, this ability can't be triggered to not activate. In Genesis, every hit you get, it gets rolled back 2 seconds. It'll only go back. It'll just be like the countdown till it's able to actually be able to activate is 1 to 2 to 1 and then
I've
activate.
seen that.
So every time I got hit, I'm like, yo, while I'm pressing it, even if you press it a millisecond before they hit you, if it registers the hit, it just jumps to 2 seconds. You got a 2 second cooldown. But that 2 seconds is endless because once they get you or they stun you, the next person hits you, you're dead. I'm like, that needs to be taken out. Because there's some people who can easily catch you even if you warp away. It don't matter. But I'm like, yo, that is booty. I can't warp away? Come on, bro. Like, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Because I was getting my ass ate.
Like I say, it's a process. They gotta get through everything. It's like every game in the beginning. I'm pretty sure League had, I don't know how many problems in the beginning, which is why I left. Everything has a problem in the beginning. You come back to it, it's better. It's more balanced, everybody can play and have fun, and once it becomes the game it's supposed to become, then everybody can create their own strategies. Everybody can create their own teams.
And that's what a lot of the big MOBA players have been doing too. They've been like, especially like a few in the UK, I see they've been trying to create the meta with this game because it doesn't have any meta. There's like no real true roles. So like if you've played a MOBA before, we're all going into it trying to play like we would normally play a MOBA: top, mid, bottom. ADC carry, top tank, mid can either be anything in between from a spellcaster, some type of support, or a tank. And I mean, that works, but then everybody don't play the game like that because it doesn't have like these set specific rules that guarantee a win. In other MOBAs, that's generally how you're going to get the win, playing your roles like that. But in this one, it's almost like free for all until you figure out, all right, we pushed one up. Either you're going to win by pushing the towers and doing the objective, or you're just going to win once you cap at 60 kills. Which the other night, that's what it kept looking like. We were just getting, oh yeah, they got the 60 kills on us. We didn't get to push nothing.
Because right now, that's all you can do right now, because it's basically everybody at once is trying to figure out what exactly can I do here until finally you find your spot. That's all MOBAs are really. You find your spot, you stick to it, and you get better at it until finally it's just like, okay. Yeah, until they nerf who you are, and then you're like, all right, time to find somebody else.
On the rotate.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, I want to learn it. I do want to keep playing it, but I gotta play it in spurts. And then that's another thing too about MOBAs. Matches could be 15 minutes, or matches could be 45 minutes to an hour. Like, and that's it. Like, I don't want to be in a whole match for an hour. Unless it's legit, like a close match, and we're doing good, but we're getting spiked. That's why I do love that surrender option, because, like, you surrender, fuck it, we don't care. We don't get no penalties, and I just hate the fact that when you quit a match, you get a penalty and you can't play online. But it also helps for the fact that it is a team dependent game where you need your teammates. So if you quit, you're like, all right, I'm gonna catch this penalty. And it stops people from quitting. So I do understand it, but
I think ranked went live this week.
It was supposed to. Last time I heard about it, they said it was going live after the first week.
Okay, so I know the PvE version of the game, like the player versus the environment portion, is down. They literally capped that out. They took the campaign out, and it won't be back for at least a month. Like they're gonna be doing some stuff. So I'm like,
because it was too buggy from my understanding. It was really buggy.
I didn't even bother to look at it. To be honest.
I was gonna do my video on it, the campaign mode, but that's gonna have to wait. I'm just gonna have to do some gameplay and some character breakdowns.
Yeah.
And then all right, yeah. I don't have anything more to say about this game. Moving on. Need for Speed. They're actually coming back this year. Oh, is it this year? Is it coming out this year? Do you know?
I think it is later this year.
I think it's supposed to be, yeah.
I hope so. I'm excited. I'm a big Need for Speed fan. I love all Well, no, I wouldn't say I love all Need for Speed. I play all Need for Speed games. And with this one, it looks like they're going back to the roots a little bit, kind of. Yeah, Hot Pursuit, and it looks like a little bit of Underground, a little bit Need for Speed Underground with the customizations they got going on.
Yep.
So, I hope they get back to their roots with like Hot Pursuit, because I don't know if you guys seen the trailer for it or not, but so there's a day and night cycle, and during the day, right, the cops are a little bit more laid back and lenient. They're not going to mess with you. They will be there, but they're not going to mess with you. But once it becomes nighttime, they turn up. they squat on you, they try to wreck you. There's way more they're just way more aggressive than they are during the day. And I was like, oh, that's a pretty dope aspect to a Need for Speed. So now there's always been a day and night cycle, but now it's kind of like it's the zombie games. Oh, yo, it's about to be nighttime. Yo, we got to get up out of here because these cops about to come and they about to start causing some shit. And the customization is a little bit more in depth than the last couple of Need for Speeds have been. So I'm excited to see what they have to offer. I don't know about the story mode. I didn't really see too much. This is like a Need for Speed. You race, you got to become number one. The higher your rank is, the more the cops are coming after you. And I that's what I wanted. I honestly wanted more cop interactions in like a Need for Speed because I felt like they got away from that in the past few ones. So I'm excited to see what this is gonna happen.
In my opinion, man, I think the last couple Need for Speeds, like, it turned into Fast and the Furious a little bit. Like
that last one, 100% was straight up Fast and Furious. Like
I love playing the games, man. I've been playing them since PlayStation 1, High Pursuit and all those. And like you, I don't like every last one of them, but the large majority I do like. And the ones that came out with lately, it's called Need for Speed Heat, by the way, if you want to look it up.
That was the last. Oh, that's a new one. Yeah,
that's a new one.
Yeah, that's right.
Need for Speed Heat. I forgot what Payback was the last one, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that trash.
I didn't even play it.
I've never played any. I'm a Midnight Club guy myself. You know, I need that modern day dub edition. You know what I'm saying? I need Real Big to come back, boy. That thing used to be rocking when it come on.
On another note, but let me get that. Like, I'm excited to see what comes out. Like a lot of DLC. This is the year for DLC because like I done seen a lot of old games. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna go ahead and get that back out and like try to work up towards like to the point of the DLC and actually being good and my character not getting one shot at or a hit one time and get knocked out. Cause like the DLC doesn't slow down for you. Like you gonna come into a board, man, they already on level 50 and you on one. So,
that's true.
So like you can't go to no new areas until like you finish the old stuff anyway. So
all the way up there.
Right?
Yep.
But that's all I gotta say on that one.
Number, what about you?
I will say I'm a huge Need for Speed fan. I've been playing that since like that was actually one of the first games I had growing up. So I was playing that for a long time, you know. So seeing this new Need for Speed game, the way it came out, you know, being chased by the cops, being able to customize the cars the way you want it, you know, I sat there and I was like, yes, this is the game I've been hoping for. This is the game I've been looking for. You know, I'm glad that they did this. But then I got to remember it's EA, and I got to remember that they showed a game before and was like, hey, doesn't this look cool? And you go, yeah, and then you buy it and you like, dang, I wasted $60. So, you know, I mean,
but they took a year off, right? Or was Payback last year?
Payback was
2 years
ago.
Yeah.
Payback was 2 years ago, and then there was the one before that that was worse than Payback.
Nah, what was it? Just Need for Speed, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just Need for Speed.
That one was all right. It was okay.
It was all right in a sense.
That's what I want to know.
But it was like it was repeating. It was like once you get to a certain point, it's like, okay, here's all you do.
Yeah, but it pretty much filled that void of like I haven't played a Need for Speed game in a minute. Let me go ahead and get it. And now that you see all the stuff that comes in, Underground gonna be the best one, hands down. Like I've never came across a Need for Speed like Underground and Underground 2.
Yeah.
But like they keep trying, but it's like just give me Underground.
Yes, I'd rather them just remake Underground or Underground 2 and put that into brand new 4K graphics type stuff. Because I don't even understand. I mean, maybe I do, but damn, man, they had all the customizations, the neon lights. You could put hydraulics on your car.
Edition had all that too. Midnight Club had all that too.
I don't care. Nobody care about no goddamn
Midnight Club.
Did nobody play Midnight? I'm serious, bro. Did nobody play Midnight Club?
I love Midnight Club.
Dub edition was that ish.
Only thing I liked about Midnight Club was the motorcycles.
but it had all that same customizable stuff.
Nah,
It did.
did, but
However,
no.
but it's basically at that time it was okay.
Man.
Which one do you want? You want Need for Speed or Midnight Club?
I'm
And
gonna
then
tell
you
you.
have both, and you had both. You had the best of both worlds. So it was like, who cares?
I'm gonna tell you, Midnight Club is for people who had Need for Speed but couldn't win, and they went over Midnight.
I never had Need for Speed though. I've never had a single one, bro. My first racing game was Midnight Club. I'm like, I bet I'm up here tricking out Lolos. I'm up here making donks. I'm putting 20s on everything, run flats, putting customizable paint, neon, and Nas just
And it
smoking
was a
folks.
good game though.
Mm-hmm.
That thing, bro, it almost made me want to go and pimp my rides. I'm like, bro, I can do this for a living. My cars look nice.
Like Forza Horizon, like that was the closest kind of to Need for Speed without the cops and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
But I just didn't like the actual handling of the cars in Forza. Like it wasn't arcadey, right? Like Need for Speed is like it's way more arcadey. In Forza, the driving style is a little bit more realistic. Like I don't know. I just didn't like it because I guess I'm just so used to Need for Speed and how it's arcade. Like you press A on a brake, you swerving, you drifting hard body and everything. Yeah. And compared to Forza, man, I don't even. Forza's a good game. Graphically, it looks good and it's fun, and the customizations you do. Like, see, that's the thing. Like the customizations for Forza are like inside the car. Like you doing all the stuff, the tuning and the fine tuning and things. I'm not really too big on like working on cars inside, but give me a spray paint and some neon lights, and I got you a boy.
Right?
That boy, wow, man. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would say Forza. When it came to controls, you had to have like an actual steering wheel because it was difficult. Stuff was difficult for no reason, and it made things hard, driving and stuff, but graphically it was beautiful. When it came to something after Need for Speed, that kind of like kept that feel, it was like Project Gotham Racing. Like that kept it a little bit, but still like kind of veered off.
I'm hoping the car don't shut off in 2 minutes.
Closest for me was The Crew. That's the name of it. The Crew. I didn't play The Crew.
That game was booty.
The first Crew, that was good.
Yes.
Second Crew.
I agree. The first Crew was, especially playing with your friends in the first Crew, was actually fun as hell.
I didn't have no friends. It was booty.
They dodged. They. I don't know what they did on the second one, man.
No, they just forget everything that they did, and then was like, "Oh, we're gonna do this." Here's planes in a boat.
I'm not a game developer, but I don't know what they be thinking about, what they be doing. It's like, yo, The Crew was good. Now when you make The Crew 2, just make The Crew over with more features and call it The Crew 2. But they didn't do that. Like,
no, and then
they messed it up, man. Yeah, The Crew.
I feel like a lot of sequel games these days are like money grabs because they come out and it's like a quarter as great as the last one. Mm-hmm. And then they have all these updates and DLCs to try to make it better, but just give me the regular game and I'll be straight.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Like Destiny. Destiny is a prime example of that. The first one was cool, it was fun, and then they added the DLCs, which made it better. And then Destiny 2 came out. When Destiny 2 first came out, that shit was so trash, man.
It's been a minute left.
I'm like, why is this shit like, yo, y'all have the recipe. You see what worked and what you people liked. So why change it? It's about to end soon.
I'm hoping it don't, but I know it's gonna do it. It's like boop. And then I just gotta hit the link again. That thing. So we gotta find. We have to literally find a way to make this work a little bit longer. I mean, plus we are talking a little bit longer than normal. Like we're about to hit the 2 hour mark, but then we almost to the last point anyway. Well, last 2 points. Power Stone.
Yeah. I don't want to get to Power Stone until I know this thing's about to goddamn. But I don't know what to do. I don't know how to finesse this.
We'll be right back.
Wait, it might not. It might not.
It might not. It keeps saying we got less than 1 minute.
We'll see.
Oh, I'm mad at that. It's like, we'll see. And there it goes. There it goes. There it goes, guys. We definitely gonna have to find a better way to do this. We have to find a better way to do this. It's crazy. 40 minutes is the limit. But last time we did this, 40 minutes was not the limit. So just have to wait for them to rejoin. Yeah, so how y'all doing? It's just the Tez hour. It's me, Tez. Some more going. The rest of the people show up. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you. NGA is nothing without you. Thank you. I don't even know if that worked, but y'all, let's get them back in here. You know what I'm saying? Where it at? Crazy, we gotta keep doing this. But it's the nature of the beast. But we're also touching on the last two topics too, so it shouldn't be much longer. Again, thank y'all for who are in here rocking with us. We appreciate you so much. Thank you. We really do.
And we back.
That was funny. And I'm like, and we'll see. And it was like, boop.
Shut up. There it is.
Just waiting on Rashid get back in.
That shit went boop. That's funny.
That thing had me dying, boy. See, I hit him with a little ASMR right there. You know, hey, how y'all doing? You know, thank you. Try to keep him entertained until everybody got back. I tried my best.
It's all good. We've been talking way longer than we always normally do, which is good.
Facts.
I'm not complaining about it at all. You know, it's good conversation. But let's just move on to the last two topics.
Mm-hmm.
We briefly touch about Power Stone. Power Stone. Did anybody ever play Power Stone?
Yes.
Back in the day, Dreamcast, yo.
My dad had it. I just watched him play it, and then he gave the control to me. That was it.
That's that game that's like bust a move, right?
Yeah.
Where you line up the stuff and shoot.
Nah,
I'm off then. I'm off.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I sat there like, wait, what?
Power Stone is a fighting game that came out. It's not your tradition. It's like a Smash Brothers, right?
Okay.
It came out around the same time as Smash Brothers. It might have came out a little bit after Smash Brothers, but it was only on Dreamcast, and it's like a top-down asymmetrical kind of like you gotta look at the video for it, but it was an amazing, fun party game to play. Powers. They have a whole bunch of different lively characters that have all these crazy special moves. You could climb up pillars, jump off pillars, climb up walls. It was like it's dope because you're in a room, like a square room or a circular room, and the room has different effects happening, stuff to it.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to explain, man. But the reason I brought it up is because they said that the director and creator of Power Stone said that they always been wanting to make a new Power Stone, but the time wasn't right. But he said he thinks the time is right for the Switch. Now that the Switch is here, that it will be a great game for the Switch. So pretty much he's saying that he wants to do it. And now it's just all on Capcom. Mm-hmm. And now if Capcom, I don't know if they're gonna give them the green light. I think what happened was he probably talked to Capcom and he was like, yo, put it out in the atmosphere and see how people are reacting to it. If people are reacting to it in a good way, then we could see what happens. That's what I think.
You put Power Stone out there and you release it, I guarantee it'd become an Evo game. Because that game was special in like many ways, just graphically.
We need Dokapon
visually is
to
just
come into the new generation.
And it was fun.
Mars, we need Dokapon, boy.
Nah.
Yes, we do. We need that Dokapon, boy. That can come back too.
That game's stupid. But yeah, Power Stone, man. Definitely check it out on YouTube if you haven't. I think there's 3 of them, 2 of them. It's a real fun game.
I'd recommend like watching the completionist video first, just to get like a visualization of what the game was. But like definitely check it out.
Yeah, nah, it like I'm telling you, if it came to the Switch, it would be an amazing, fun game. It might even it might be on par with Smash, or might even be better than Smash, in my opinion.
Oh,
I said it.
I will say this. If they do make a new one, I am worried about online multiplayer for this game because of the graphics and the way that it was styled. I don't know how it'll work online. Like it might be laggy as hell. You going everywhere and it's just, you jump in all of a sudden, you on the bottom of the map. Wait, how'd I get over here? Wait, why can't I hit you? You really upset. It's just all of it. I don't know.
I think they will have to make, because it wouldn't be remastered. It would be. He said it would be a brand new title. Like,
yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it will be good. I would hope it will be good. But yeah, definitely check it out. He said it's the bold. Stats Hero said it's a bold statement. Yeah, if you never played it, man, I honestly back in the day, I've always. I mean, that was the first Smash Brother on N64. I would have rather played Power Stone rather than Smash Brothers back in the day. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's what I got to say about Power Stone. We can move on to the last topic, Twitch currency. So now Twitch announced recently that they are going to, right? Is it they're going to, or they thinking about doing it?
I think it was going to, like, it's in the works.
It's in the works, right? Yeah. They're going to be adding currency similar to how Mixer has their Spark system. So I don't know how it would work on Twitch, but in Mixer, you get currency by watching somebody stream, right? Global currency. So by you just watching Tez play Genesis, you will rack up money. It's like I don't know how it is, but it's like you'll get maybe one coin, or we'll just use bits since we're talking about Twitch currency. So you'll get one bit every like 10 seconds, whatever the case is, and you could then use those bits to give to the streamer. Or I don't know if they're going to implement different actions or special actions that you could spend with the money that you get on Twitch currency. But I think it's a step in the right direction. And now, like, I guess Twitch was just waiting for Mixer to do something for them to start actually like implementing these kind of things. So Mixer stole Ninja. So Twitch is like, all right, bet we're gonna take your currency idea. So I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm for it. I'm not against it. I think it's a good idea because you'll get people the incentive and initiative to actually stay and watch your stream, because you're like, oh, I'm getting these points and I'm sitting here. I can spend these points.
They want to help donate to their favorite streamers.
What?
And they want to help donate to their favorite streamers.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yep.
I see it helping Twitch in those who are not really loyal but will stay on Twitch, because I know there's a lot of people leaving Twitch right now because of all the controversy going on. Mixer has already had the point system, so all those who are loyal to Mixer will be arguing against Twitch, stating that they stole it.
Of course, they stole Ninja.
Yeah, that's true.
So it is, but
I mean, it's a constant. It's companies fighting each other, and they'll do whatever underhanded thing they got to do in order to be on top. You already know how it is for any company, but it's just it's the currency. I don't know how it's going to work, because I've looked at Mixer's currency and like they're like, oh, hey, if you had a certain amount of sparks, which you don't really need a lot to do a lot, you can build your own team. You can have this, you can have that, and it's like, oh, that's a good deal. And Twitch is like, hey, you got to have like 5,000 followers and 80 people watching you all at once in order to make a team. So we don't know how that works. We don't know how that works for them. I don't know if their benefits are going to be the same like Mixer, because Mixer's benefits, I don't know if they're going to change them anytime soon. But the benefits for having that currency it's a payoff. It's a payoff. But Twitch, they already had certain rules set. So if they're willing to change those rules to fit the currency, then I'm all for it. But if they're going to make the currency like, hey, you can give your your favorite streamer a shout out or something like that, or something really tiny, then what's the point in making the currency?
Right. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a good idea. Chopper, can you please stop? I'm sorry. Like,
I'm
you're
looking
about to make me
forward to
look
it
like
too.
Affinity on here.
As a streamer, I'd be like, yeah, it'd be nice if there was another way for me to earn some type of income, though it's not necessarily needed. It's nice to have that the option, because everybody ain't trying to actually spend real money to give to everybody. But if it's something that, if over time they've accumulated it and they feel it in their heart, they want to, let me bless you with like whatever Twitch coins equal out to, because I think a certain amount in Sparks, like the percentages would have to change, because 100 bits would be like that's $1. So I think it'd be like 1,000 Twitch coins make $1. Like they'd have to increase the value of it, or change the value numbers so they equal out the same, or relatively you got to have more than other stuff. But then at the same time, that'll spawn some stuff too, like the music channels will start getting a crap ton of views just because you can rack up points, unless the points
Right.
become channel specific. Like you only get these points in Mars's channel, or you only, the points you generate only get spent in the channels you accumulate them in. Because like Mixer got a bunch of channels that only, they say it in the title, 24 hours, spark generation, level generation. I done got like 200K just sitting there leaving mine over the weekend at work. I'm like, yeah. And I don't know who to give them to, but I'm giving them out one day, boy. They be like, oh, you balling on me, cuz. You know what I'm saying? I come through to show love. That's all it is.
Mixing people love them sparks, man.
But I swear, 100K ain't nothing but $10.
That's $10 more that they ain't have,
Facts.
man.
That's true.
Then all right. So now, right here's the bad, right?
Mhm.
Now it becomes flawed a little bit, right? Just like you said, if there's a stream going on for 24 hours, you leave it. People will make ghost accounts,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'll give that $10 to my own personal account. So I'll just leave the thing up running
That's what
all
I'm saying.
day,
They'll have to find some way to implement
collect
it to
those
where
coins. And then I guess you should be like, all right, you only get the coins if you're active in chat, right?
Mhm.
So that also gives somebody another initiative to actually talk in chat and be there during the stream. So you'll get points for like that.
Yep.
Because if you're just sitting there watching, like you said, I'll leave the stream, somebody's stream on all day, rack up points, turn my stream on. Hey, random viewer, donate all these stream points.
that boy dropped 1 million them Twitch biddies. Let me have it, cuz.
Like, yo.
I be paying my own bills. Like, there we go, boy. Where we go? What we need today? When that Twitch check coming?
That's it.
I got like 5 billion of these coins, boy. I'm finna give me a nice TV screen, something.
That's it. I mean, but I think that's what Twitch is preparing for. I think they're gonna release it as a trial, see who finds the the workaround, and then they're like, oh, okay, we got you, and
Yeah.
immediately stop them from doing whatever they was doing before. And then once it's balanced out, then people are either going to like it or riot against it. And that happens with anything that happens to be on Twitch, not even just Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, anything. Whoever does something, and if it works in the beginning because people like it because they know how to get around it, and then the company's like, okay, we're going to stop that, and then everybody's upset. So, you just got to wait and see about, this currency. We just got to wait and see on how Twitch handles it so far. And what I don't want to see is if they give anybody with a Prime membership a leg up. I don't want to see that, because I have a Prime membership and I still don't like the fact that I have a leg up on some things. Like the Twitch Prime sub, that's fine. But oh yeah, you can get 3 times this currency. Like, nah, I don't want that. That would be a little bit unfair.
Hey, how does that Prime thing work?
You got talking to your mic more.
Oh, how does that Prime thing work?
Like if you have Amazon Prime, then it helps you on Twitch. You can get you got a free sub you can give to somebody. And
they have like also different kinds of games and stuff, perks for games and things that you can get if you play certain games. And they also give games for free. No major AAA game type things, a lot of indie games and stuff. But I mean, it has its perks. And it used to be you wouldn't watch any ads on Twitch, so you wouldn't have no commercials. But they stopped that for some strange reason, man. I hate it. I hate Twitch now because of that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I lied to you not, because I was one of the people who was on Twitch who just go to stream, watching a whole bunch of people. But now every time I leave a stream, go to a new stream, I gotta watch a commercial every single time, yo. And I hate it, yo.
There's never been a single commercial make me want to actually go out and buy a product. I'm like, bro, you deter me from your products when I keep seeing it spammed in my face.
I hate it.
Commercial equal revenue though. For
no, you're right, but just from like 2 years of not having any commercials at all and going straight to commercials, it's like, damn, yo. But you're right. It gives revenue and helps everybody on the platform out because it's bringing more money to the platform. But
I feel like streamers shouldn't have commercials. We should not have commercials, dang it. Like, oh, you actively stream this week? No commercials for you.
Then all you gotta do is go on and stream for like 5 minutes. And
that's what I'm saying. No commercials. Like, yes.
Everybody would turn on their stream for 5 minutes to get no commercials for a week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, YouTube killing it though. Like, man, YouTube put like 15 commercials in a 5-minute video.
Bro.
YouTube is based on the creator. So the creator, whoever made the video, put those commercials there. You can put how many commercials you want. You can put one commercial at the beginning and one commercial at the end. So if this dude made a 5-minute video and there's like 10 commercials in there, he hate y'all. Like,
he's like, y'all gonna suffer today, boy.
He hate y'all for real. Like.
Well, what I'm sick of is the whole YouTube decided to put 2 ads before you watch a video.
Oh, like, they
but then they put 2 ads, and it's always a skippable ad, like quote unquote skippable. But it's like, oh, here's a 5. You can skip this ad in 5 seconds. The ad is 5 seconds.
The ad is like 8 seconds. Like,
how am I supposed to skip this if it's as long as the skip? Like, I can't even watch this.
And I got hit with a 30-second one earlier.
Ooh, I hate those, man. And it's not a skippable one.
Yeah.
Like, you of your loved ones suffered from so and so. I'm like, no, they haven't. Leave me alone.
Like,
the soap you wash with, it's bleep. You know, I keep getting that one. Like, dude, stop.
If you have YouTube Red, you don't have any ads.
Bro, I'm not paying. I'm so sick of paying for little stuff. It all adds up, bro. Especially when like,
for real.
Me and you got a household to take care of, bro. Like, every little penny be like out your pocket, out your pocket.
I pay for
like,
Xbox.
Bro, I'm tired of it.
Xbox Online, PS4 Online, and Switch Online. Right there, that's like $25 a month.
Xbox Pass.
The Game Pass, that's another $10, $30. And then PlayStation Plus is like another $10. Like, all that adds up to like $50 a month, and that's just alone. That's not counting Hulu, Netflix, Spotify, goddamn, all the other shit. Man, I'm about to cancel all my subscriptions.
We need to get a crew together and like everybody just share passwords.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all use it this weekend. I got it next week.
I got it next week.
I be sharing Spotify with my wife, boy. Like, it'd be crazy too. I'll be at the gym, be getting down. The next thing I know, everybody put your hands up. Like, what am I playing Miley Cyrus in my ear right now, boy? I'll be like, it's like, get off the Spotify. I'm listening to it right now. Like, what is wrong with you?
Just get like a NGA community YouTube Red.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we still got a server boost if that's the case, and then we still got to pay.
I like the way you think, number. Okay.
What they gonna do? Stop us?
Thanks.
But yeah, I mean that's about it for today's show. Today was quite a lengthy show. We did have a couple of hiccups during the show, but that's okay. It ran about a little bit over 2 hours, but we had a good show. We will be back next week, same time, same place. We are on Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. I'm gonna write it down next week so I can just read off everything that we're on and everything. We find us on all the platforms. I Never Game Alone. I did want to have a quick, brief moment for our homie, next door neighbor, aka Tack. The reason he couldn't make it today is because he had a loss in his family. So condolences go out to you, Tech. We're here for you, man, and everybody just keep him in your prayers. Shout out to you, Tech. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Take as much time as you need, man. We're not going nowhere, and we'll be here when you get back.
You reading what Dead Hero said? So who would pay for it, or would y'all rotate the payment? No, I'd be like one pot. Everybody got to put their half in. Like, so if we collectively paid for a bunch of subscriptions, it's $100. I break 100 up between 6 people. Make sure your half in there in the month.
That's it.
All PayPal, no Cash App.
But yeah, so with that being said, y'all have any closing remarks?
Yeah,
we had 2 special guests here today. I'm pretty sure both of them will be making returns whenever we have free people, whatever it is. I don't know. I'm just talking. Yeah, what's your closing remarks?
No, man, I'm good.
You good?
Y'all don't want to shout out, how anybody can reach y'all, which platforms y'all on. Number, you NGA, so you already got a Twitch. Let them know you Twitch, man. Let them know hashtag number, aka Crystal Bean, aka Young Mop Sama, BKA Lil Jones Jr. Earl. You know what I'm saying? Let them know what it is, man. You too. You just starting out. Let them know what's y'all socials for anybody that's watching or listening that don't know.
Not your social securities.
Social security.
Social media platforms.
Here's my credit card number.
Well, I'm in Canada. It's a SIN number, so.
Hey, but
on all my platforms, it's King KING _Maverick _ RA, and that's on Twitch, YouTube, whatever. Like all of them.
We'll leave his links in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So definitely come and check him out. Number, who cares? Number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, numbers should already be in the description.
Yeah. I'm part of this NGA. I'm here for the long haul. I'm here for the run. I'm here with these dudes. I'm here with my friends. I like to call them friends if that's necessary or whatever. But if you want to see it, I got the shirt.
Look, he got merch.
Yeah, I got merch on.
The only ones that got merch.
I wore this at Disney World. I ain't getting no subscribers yet. Look.
Numbers just number.
Facts. That's me in the video. Numbers just number.
That's just me. I'm just me. You can reach me on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. No matter what, just look up number and like a bunch of underscores. There it is.
If you go on the dark web, search Crystal Bean Sama. You'll find me.
If you're on the dark web or in fighting games, you know who I am, Crystal Bean.
Don't do that.
I swear that name came out of nowhere. I'm not gonna dive into that. That's just legendary now. Crystal Bean.
The legendary Crystal Bean. He is mysterious, but he kicks butt.
Get out of here. It's time for us to go.
All right, y'all, man. It's been real. Thank y'all for rocking with us. 2 hours in. We'll be back, Tuesdays, same time as always. Hopefully getting started by 9, if not a little bit earlier. And so on and so forth. So, yeah, we appreciate y'all. We thank y'all. We value y'all. Like I said in my little ASMR, the NGA is nothing without you. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe. Follow any of us in here. Hit us up. Join our Discord. But other than that, we'll catch y'all later.
Peace.
Be easy, y'all. And be blessed.